Volition. A choice or decision made by the will. This single word describes my story. Both of them. Every hour of every minute of every second of the day, we make choices. Most of these decisions lead up to nothing more, but some of these decisions, these choices, shape our lives in ways we may not be able to interpret initially. Some of these choices being nothing but a yes or no answer.
Who is he?
What are you talking about?
Who is he, Cass?
Who?
I see you walking around school with him. I see you doing everything with him. Who is he?
Matt, he's just a friend.
He's just a friend.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should pay attention to who your friends are. Who your boyfriend is.
My life wasn't perfect. In fact, it was far from it. I didn't own $1 million mansion or a fancy cruise ship. Hell, I can live without those. All I wanted was good grades, a bright future, and what every teenager wanted. A great relationship. Then there are those days where you think, nothing else could possibly go wrong, and it still does. This was one of those days.
Matt, it's your father. The teacher just called me and said you're failing another class. What is wrong?
I remember this moment. I remember wishing for something good to just walk into my life and be the turning point. The pivotal axle that would turn and propel me in the right direction. What I didn't know was that actually was going to happen.
That sudden bump is one I'll never forget. Not because it hurt or anything, but because of who bumped me. His name was Josh. No last name, just Josh. After we awkwardly introduced ourselves to each other, he chased right to the point. He noticed I was sad and immediately asked what was wrong. I said I had just met him and didn't really feel comfortable with talking to him about it. Again, he had quickly jumped to another point, this time saying that he had once been just like me, but he had found happiness. I asked him what he was referring to that had brought him so much happiness. He just turned and said, it's not so much a magical cure as a daily dose. I hadn't the slightest idea what he was talking about until he reached into his front pocket. His hand emerged with a poorly wrapped joint and a lighter, replying raspily, "This is how I found happiness."
Some decisions are as simple as yes or no answer. I said no. I felt good. I felt changed. I know I had made the right decision, the just one. It wasn't big, but the biggest things in life always start from the smallest of decisions. That night I had thought everything out. I mean everything. I knew that a change needed to be made, starting with the closest person to me.
Cass? Hey. Listen, I'm really sorry about today.
I said yes. I knew it was wrong, but I needed a break. A break from all the issues that were clouding my mind. It was just one time. I mean, one time. Besides, I can quit whenever I want.
What's with you?
I don't know. I just missed you.
I missed you too.
At that moment, I knew things were actually going to get better. I hadn't seen anything to make me think that. I just knew.
You're late.
Nothing gets past you.
I didn't care what she had thought, or what she'd been mad about. I was late, so what? I felt better, still. Usually when that would happen, I would let it eat at me. But not that time. I still felt good. And I knew that I didn't want to feel bad ever again. Feeling good was good. I went to class every day and did my work. It wasn't a matter of impressing someone, but rather because I knew I had to do it for my good grades and bright future. To get that great relationship, though, I spent more time with Cassandra. I showed her how much I loved and cared for her. In return, she helped me study for my tests and other work. We worked together to succeed together. I got more and more and more. It made me feel good, really good. I needed more each time I did it to get higher, but whatever. It was a small price to pay for such a good feeling payoff. I pushed Cassandra away. She didn't care. She didn't know what I was going through. I made new friends who liked me, who cared for me. My guidance counselor said I was going to fail everything, high school included. To be honest, I didn't care. I felt good. I didn't need high school to feel better. About 2 months after my pivotal moment, I'd gotten called down to the office to see the principal personally. When I got there, I was greeted with a sheet of paper. I had made the honor roll for my grade. The thoughts that were running through my mind were confusion, shock, but happiness was at the forefront of my mind. And that happiness was the greatest payoff I had ever received. My parents thought if I didn't care about my future, why should they? So I gave them what they wanted. I dropped out. It was too late anyways. All I needed was the high. That's it. Then it hit me. I didn't want to drop out. I didn't want to be like this. I didn't want to be this way. I didn't want to rely on the drugs. But they were all I had left. Especially after Cassandra had left me. The sight of me in the clothes, the idea of me graduating on honor roll made me feel incredible. Everything I had done had paid off. Turning down those drugs was the best thing that had happened to me, and it was the greatest thing I had ever done. You know, there's not a moment that goes by that I wonder, what would I have been if I had taken the drugs?